I'm going to get a little vulnerable today and go through a distorted thought that I often have and the process that I can use to correct it. Okay, so the situation is often like this. I'm with a friend and I'm asking them questions, I'm asking follow-up questions, and then they're asking me some questions. And when I start to answer, maybe they bring up a topic about something in their life or something relatable, and my brain automatically goes to, they don't want to hear what I have to say, they're not interested in my life, they don't care about me. So my reaction to that is typically to shut down and stop sharing anything about my life, just completely focus on them. It ends up creating a pretty shallow relationship with not a lot of dynamics, and neither party gets nearly as much out of it as we could have. So I want to go through this thought and question it. These questions are called Socratic questions. I'm going to link a PDF in the description below. This PDF is from therapistaid.com. The first question is, what is the evidence for and against this thought? So in this scenario, the evidence for the thought is that they keep on bringing the topic back to themselves and they're not showing a lot of interest when I start talking about my life. The evidence against it is the time we've spent together, the times that they have been supportive of me, when they have texted me to ask how I'm doing, when they have hung out with me when things were hard. All of this is evidence against the thought that they don't care about me. Next question is, am I basing this thought on feelings or facts? So I'm definitely basing it primarily on feelings, the feeling that, oh, they don't care, they're not interested. But there are also little pieces of evidence, such as they seem distracted, they're not asking follow-up questions, that are facts that are also influencing my opinion. Okay, next question. Is this thought black and white when in reality it's more complicated? The answer to that question would be yes. I'm assuming either they love me and are super interested in my life, or they don't care. It's probably somewhere in the middle. I might not be the most interesting person to them. They might not be that interested. And that doesn't mean they automatically don't care or are apathetic to my life. They probably still care a little bit. After all, they are at lunch or at coffee with me. All right, next question is, could I be misinterpreting the evidence? Am I making assumptions? The answer would be yes. I am assuming that because they aren't a good listener, they don't care about me. Next question is, might other people have different interpretations of the same situation? If so, what are they? I think definitely. So some people could think, well, just because they don't know how to communicate in a way to you that you would easily interpret as them caring about you, doesn't just mean that they don't care. Another interpretation could be, well, they're sharing stories that are relevant to your story. They're trying to connect. They're trying to show they understand or relate to what you're saying. That is a way of showing that they care. Okay, next question is, am I looking at all of the evidence or only the evidence that supports my thought? In this scenario, I think I'm looking at all of the evidence because I am looking at the evidence that made me feel that they don't care, but I'm also looking at the times that they have shown interest and love towards me. The next question is, could my thought be an exaggeration of what's true? The answer is yes. I'm definitely making a pretty extreme assumption that because they don't want to listen to everything I have to say, they don't care about me. Okay, the following question is, am I having this thought out of habit or do the facts support it? In this scenario, I think it's a mixture of the two. I do tend to jump to this conclusion very quickly. It's a little bit hard for me to talk about myself. So when I do talk about myself and my friend doesn't seem interested, I tend to jump to the conclusion very quickly that they don't want to hear about me, they're not interested, and they just want the relationship to be about them. The next question is, did someone pass this thought or belief to me? And if so, are they a reliable source? In this scenario, I don't think they did. I have come up with this thought and belief all on my own. And for our last question, is my thought a likely scenario or the worst case scenario? I think my thought is definitely more along the lines of the worst case scenario because they are hanging out with me, they are even asking questions that seems to prove that they do care about me, even if they aren't as interested as I would like them to be. So finally, let's correct the thought. So an accurate and correct thought would be, this person likes to share stories about their life and talk about themselves, and sometimes that makes me feel devalued. So it's not saying that I can't feel the way that I feel. It's not saying that the evidence that I have isn't true, because the evidence I have is true, but the conclusion that I jumped to, that they don't care about me, is not based on facts. I hope you're able to use the PDF and go through some of your own distorted thoughts. Once you do it a few times, it becomes easier, and eventually you won't even need the worksheet. You'll just be able to do it automatically. All right, thank you guys. Have an awesome day. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if the worksheet was helpful for you, and give me ideas for any other topics you'd like me to discuss.